Hello and welcome to another episode of A Perfect Home. I'm your host, Jen Cohen. Thank you so much for joining us. Our mission here at A Perfect Home is to help you take your house to a home, to your perfect home. Today we're talking with Claudia Johnson. She's a realtor at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services of Arizona Properties. So perhaps your quest to find the perfect home hasn't begun yet, or perhaps you're in a home that's not quite perfect for you. Well, Claudelle can tell us all about how to change that. A great business.
Yes.
The business of finding people their perfect home.
It is.
It's perfect.
It's dreams and reality all intermixed into one. I love it.
That is true. That is true. You must meet so many people, Claudelle.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. All kinds of walks of life. That's the fun part of the business, is that everybody's got a different story. Everybody's got a different tale to tell about why they want a home or why they need to sell a home, and none of them are the same. And that's the fun part.
That's true.
Now
tell us about you. How long have you been in the business?
Since 2013. I was a financial consultant before and realized being stuck behind a computer wasn't for me. Until I realize now as a realtor, like, how much paperwork behind the scenes there really is. Yeah. But I do go out and see fabulous homes and locations all over the place in the Verde Valley area, and that's amazing and fun. And every day is different. So I like that much better. And that's what makes it fun and challenging both at the same time.
That's true. I bet it is somewhat of a challenging experience being a realtor and dealing with the different homes in different situations, and of course the different buyers and sellers and their personal interests and the aspects of the property, and helping people figure out what they actually want. People must come to you and go, we want this, and it turns out they want that.
Yes. Yes, trying to maintain their expectations with really their goals and in really reality, and financial aspects of it is one thing that I have to sit down and say, hey, here's what you're wanting. Logistically, though, here's what you can afford based off of what your lender is telling me, and here's what we have available. So then they're kind of like, oh, okay, cool. This is where we're going to go and see. Awesome. You know, or they see this dream house online and then they come in and to me and say, hey, well, we want this one. Well, you can't afford that one, but we can have something similar in a price range that you can afford comfortably. I don't want to exceed your budget and have you, scraping by and then in a couple of years maybe lose the house.
Right.
I don't want that. So, but working with people, I get the first-time home buyers, families, young families, all the way to retirees, and it's a broad ballpark in between as well. So it's pretty amazing on that part. Yeah.
And so you've got to have it all. You've got to have this friendly, wonderful personality, which you have, but you also have to have this financial sense, which you have with your background, which is great. And then the ability to do paperwork and be organized. The mountain of paperwork. It's like that's all that for buying a home.
Yeah. There's a lot
boggling.
Involved. Yeah.
All the different things and the legalities of it. It has to be done right.
Correct. And with that, we have continuing education every 2 years that we have to renew for our state and for national. And we even have a code of ethics that we have to follow. So we are trained and updated continually all the time. And that's why it's amazing and challenging, because it does change day to day with the different laws that pass and with different criterias. Sometimes lawsuits, not that I've ever been yet in one, knock on wood, thank God. But it happens, and so those cases come through the courts and they change the rules that we have to now, like, hey, guess what, this is not quite this right way, our forms are going to change based off of this case. So we have to even know just the paperwork part of it to change and why it's changing, and be able to explain that to our clients too. Say, hey, as of the result of this is why now you have to sign this additional form or something else. So it's amazing how much is involved in any one process. Signing from the day one to, hey, I want to start looking for a house, or signing from, I want to list it, I want to sell this house, is a lot of paperwork.
I know, and you must get folks that come to you and go, help.
Yeah.
I want to buy a house, or I want to sell my house, and now what do I do?
Yeah, and it's a process. It's a step-by-step. I try and walk them through it, literally, like, here's what we're going to do, here's what we're going to see. At this point along this junction, you could have options and decisions you're going to have to make, and during that time, I'll explain what your options are, or, hey, you know what, let's change this up and see what go in a different direction. Sometimes they completely change, where they think they want a townhome or a condo, and then suddenly they're like, you know what, we fell in love with that single family home, let's get that instead. I'm like, are you sure you want to do that? Remember, you told me you don't want to have any yard maintenance or anything to do with that, and you want someone else to do it. Well, we'll just hire someone. Okay. So, you know, you have to really like kind of keep them in line, and not to say in line, but just with what they're thinking. Why is that one compared to this condo that you liked?
Right.
The home for you.
Right.
Most people find it. And it takes sometimes a long time. I could show 3 homes and say, hey, the second one's the one I want. Or I could show someone 30 homes and say, oh, the number 28's the one I want. It really varies depending on what they want. But once they know, they usually walk in and know right away.
Oh,
it's like, this is it. This is the one. So,
right.
Yeah.
So I see that you're extremely proficient at helping people find their dream home, and that's awesome. Now, when someone comes to you and wants to sell their home, it's a different process.
It is, yeah. In that case, it's kind of managing their realistic expectations of, hey, we're going to take the photos of your home, we're going to get it up onto our MLS. There's a lot of marketing and ads, and it may take, you know, a week to 2 weeks for that information to percolate through all the realtors in our own local valley and through the state and through the country, worldwide, wherever it is going to go, for us to start getting those showings happening before your home, and then getting feedback from the buyers and from their agents to say, hey, here's what I'm thinking about your home. Is this something you want to address? Like, hey, every time we keep getting feedback that the broken latch on your back gate is an issue. Well, let's maybe fix that. It's a $10 fix. Let's maybe fix that. Right. And then let's see from there. I mean, it's sometimes simple little things like that that can make a difference, that people just, yeah, but that back gate was broken. You know, it's like,
right.
But the house was gorgeous.
Right, but there's those little
things. Those little things sometimes that we hear that make a difference. So it's just making sure that they're aware of that, explain that process of, you know, we prefer to have the buyers in the home with their agent without you, so that they can give honest feedback to their agent, so we're getting the honest feedback from them as well.
Right.
And that's part of it. And then walking them through the process. I try and give both buyers and sellers the paperwork ahead of time of what a contract looks like, so that they've read it through, so that if they have any questions ahead of time, they can ask me. So that when they get an offer on the table and they're like, oh my gosh, oh wait, no, remember she explained this part is what this means on this form. So they're kind of pre-prepared already on what to expect documentation-wise, either direction.
Right, true.
What does it mean to write one? What does it mean to receive one? So
yes,
that's part of it.
A lot of paperwork. Did we mention the mountain of paperwork that's involved? Thank God you're good at paperwork, Claudelle. That's crazy.
And it's gotten easier because now a lot of it's online, so we can do it by email back and forth from clients. So even if they're coming here locally to visit temporarily and home shop but live in another state, we can still easily send paperwork and forms back and forth now with e-sign systems and things. So it's a lot easier than it used to be in that sense. So
that's a great. Thank gosh for electronics now. This makes me happy with this kind of thing.
Yeah, definitely.
This forward movement. I love this.
Yeah.
Now, as far as a seller goes, are you able to provide them with your experience as far as, okay, I'm looking around your house, and what I see, I would like to, you know, give them some suggestions to make their house more
We
saleable?
do. We kind of, because what I try and do too is say, hey, there's a couple of open houses in your neighborhood. Maybe go around as well to those to see what they have for pricing as well as what you have in your home. Sometimes they don't want to do that, but sometimes I can say, okay, you're thinking your house is worth $500,000, but really it's maybe $450,000. And here's why I'm going to tell you that. I'm going to show you these listings online, review them. They've got updated kitchens, updated bathrooms, and brand new flooring. And you have an updated kitchen. That's great. That will help us. But this is why I need to have them be realistic as well as to their pricing. Plus, we can run comps night and day and provide them everything that, you know, here's the square footage, here's the price, here's the square footage, here's the price, here's how much land, here's how many bedrooms, you know. It has to be somewhat comparable to what they have.
Well, that's how the system works and why it works well.
Yep, it does.
We're talking with Claudia Johnson. She's a realtor at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services at Arizona Properties. You can go to claudellejohnson.bhhsaz.com if you want some more information there or to contact her. We've got a little bit more of A Perfect Home coming your way, so stick with us.
Hi, Todd of Todd's Appliances, your hometown appliance store. Studies have shown that when you buy from an independently, locally owned business rather than a box store, a lot more of your money stays local, therefore strengthening our community. From basic to high-end, we carry name brand appliances. Visit our store on Main Street in Camp Verde. With same-day, next-day service, we service what we sell what we service the least. ToddsAppliances.com, 567-3062.
Hi, this is Greg at Verde Solar Power. You know, Arizona has lots of clean, renewable sunshine, and we want to help you take advantage of it with our quality solar installations, and we offer to beat any written offer on a residential solar electric system. So bring us your electric bill and let us show you how solar power will save you money. We're located conveniently here in the Verde Valley and are dedicated to helping the valley go solar. So remember, the energy solution comes up every morning.
Hi, this is Michelle and I welcome you to Sedona Paint Centre. We are here to help you find the perfect colour scheme and product for your home and business. Enjoy free in-store and in-home colour consultations and free paint samples in a colour of your choice. As a special offer to you, just mention this ad and save an extra 10% and enjoy 30% off store-wide.
Starting in the late 1920s, Grandpa Gettle and his brothers laid the groundwork for what would become a family legacy. Almost 100 years and 100 patents later, Gettle's High Desert Mechanical continues to raise the bar of quality heating, cooling, and plumbing products and services in the Verde Valley.
Call Gettle's High Desert Mechanical Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing at 567-2200 or online at GettlesHDM.com, providing solutions for your comfort. Don't settle. Get Gettles.
Welcome back to A Perfect Home. We're talking with Claudia Johnson. She's a realtor at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services at Arizona Properties. They have a Sedona branch located at the Hillside shops. It's there at Suite BCT1 in Sedona. Of course, ClaudelleJohnson.bhhsaz.com. That's where you're going to go. So let's talk about the office that you've got there in Hillside.
Yeah, we're fairly new to Sedona, Verde Valley area. We started the office in 2017. Yeah, it's been 2 years now. Right. I was trying to think. So I came on board in 2016 and helped try and find a site and look around. They wanted to come here to the Sedona area and realized it was a great market, and we've really increased our volume. We went from 8th, and now we're in 3rd position out of all the different realty companies here in Sedona area, and still gaining popularity. Going from me as the first agent, to I think we're now up to 27, 28 agents in our office.
Wow.
And being in 3rd place is amazing. A couple of other companies have in the almost 100 people and in 1st and 2nd, but we're doing a great job. We recently had our CEO, Mark Stark, actually come and do a mixer with us and with our guests as a kind of a client appreciation night. So It was awesome on that part. And we're continuing to look for more agents, experienced and new, both. So, and that's part of it. Is I love helping the new agents as well. I help our branch manager with mentoring and stuff, because there's just so many questions in this business. To try and know everything all at once is impossible. I'm going to say it. You really have a high learning curve between just taking your license and what do you do now is pretty intense. And I kind of did. I just got myself thrown into it back when I first started with a different company, and now I'm like, oh, they have a great platform, they have great marketing materials here, and it is amazing the amount of help that they give you. Like, even if you wanted to branch out into outside of residential sales into different areas, such as commercial or land or whatever, they put you with someone who could mentor you in that field. So it's really the background of their thoughts of, well, our clients are important, but our agents are who bring our clients in, and they're even more important. So they give us the materials and tools of everything to be able to be successful.
Oh, that's
and
wonderful.
Then in return be successful for our branch.
And
so.
That's true. And you're turning out to be quite successful. It's amazing, the list of sold properties that you have up. It's amazing to see what's been sold through Berkshire Hathaway.
Yeah, we've pretty much increased volume-wise in triple fold since we started. I mean, it really jumped that first year, but even this spring, by the end of March, we were pretty much already almost at our full volume for last year. Wow. I mean, in just a couple of months. And so we're excited about this year and our how much we're going to be bringing in and closing this year.
That's amazing.
So,
You gave me a note that mentions that the last house sold in under 3 months. You sold this over $1 million home. So we're not talking a cheap house here. Over $1 million home in less than 3 months.
Yeah. Yep, it was right timing, right market. Photos obviously do it too, but just even marketing and the sellers were motivated. We didn't take the price off our list that much, but they knew that the offer was a good, solid offer, and we negotiated. You know, even at $1 million to almost $1.3 million, it was a cash with quick close. So they're like, we're going to take it.
All right.
And then negotiated furniture and stuff too. So it's really like things that you don't think about during a residential sale, like what else is included. Well, you know what, we love that couch. Would they include that, or can we buy it from them? There's things like that that people don't think about when they're selling homes either. It happens, like, oh my God, I love the dining room set. I want it, honey. Can we buy the house and get the dining room set? It's like, you can see it in their eyes. It's like, okay, here we go. Let's figure this out first.
Oh my gosh.
But I mean, it's part of the sale. I mean, and yeah, for $1 million plus in this economy, that's amazing. But we do it here in Sedona. We are in a great, unique area. For all of Verde Valley, we're not the heat extreme of Phoenix and not the cold of Flagstaff.
True.
And so people love being here because they know they can go either direction to get what they want for snow play or sunshine time.
Right.
So
you can swim and play golf, and then you can go skiing in the evening.
Exactly.
It's really quite amazing.
So that's part of it. And our agents are pretty well versed. They come from a lot of different backgrounds, social marketing to healthcare to you name it, they do it. And now they're realtors. And that experience, I think, helps our realtors as well be able to coordinate and work together. Right. Many people, and especially other agencies, really are in competition, even though they're with the same company. And we try and look at it as let's collaborate together and make all of us successful versus just one agent or two agents. Instead of having one agent sell $10 million worth, what if we have 10 agents that we all sell a piece of that action and are all successful? So that's kind of a different, unique.
It is a different way.
with the branding and with just how they look at us as agents and our clients too. So it's kind of an interesting way of looking at it, which is why I decided to go with them.
I can see why. That's a very unique personal approach there.
No, we're not to say that we're not in competition too. We still kind of are. But at the same time, we really do help each other. If we see a need, like someone in our office is really good at social media, we'll ask her questions and say, hey, I've got a quick issue happening with this, and can you help me? And she will.
Great.
I mean, so it really is I'll scratch your back, you scratch mine kind of atmosphere. It's amazing how much teamwork can get done.
Wow, sounds like a fabulous realty team to be on.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. It's a very different approach in your office.
It is.
Than it is in most other, where it's just like, everybody's elbowing everybody else out of the way.
Yeah.
At the other offices. But it's much nicer to work with. And then the realtors are much nicer to work with from a customer level if they're not feeling that stress. A lot of realtors are very stressed, I've noticed. Right. But that's not coming from you. You are not stressed.
No. And I have a lot going on. I mean, it really does. Part of it is just teamwork. Like if I want to take a couple days off, I know I can talk to another agent, say, hey, can you watch my clients for me for a couple days, and know that they're going to be okay with them and be taken care of.
That's nice.
That helps.
Yeah.
And I think if they know that coming in, that I can go and take that vacation in a couple days down. I need, it's my wife's anniversary. I got to take her away.
Right. It's good. You can have a life too.
That's the stress you can have, not the stress that your clients aren't being taken care of.
And the clients are taken care of, which is very important because if you've ever done a real estate transaction and your realtor goes, well, by the way, I'm going on vacation for a month, you're kind of dropped.
Yeah.
You are. You're kind of dropped.
A lot of them
and it's
feel
not
that way.
So with Berkshire Hathaway. So that's a really good point. You have amazing reviews.
Yeah.
We've got a couple of reviews here, and it is just amazing keeping people informed and updated on all aspects of the sale and paperwork. I know I keep getting hung up on the paperwork, but trust me, it's huge in case you hadn't noticed that. And you come highly recommended. You're dedicated. Your attention to detail are second to none. I mean, there's this huge list of all these amazing things that have been said about you, and that's volumes right there. People who are willing to step up and say, right on, you did an awesome job. That is so important in this society, because I don't know how many real estate transactions that viewers may have noticed, been through, but they're not always so great and happy. There's a lot of things that can go wrong. Not to scare anybody, but there's a lot of things that can go wrong.
There are. I mean, and I'll admit it, things happen during a transaction. You can never tell from day to day what might happen and everything. But for me, I do a lot of networking outside. I used to do area networking, helping small businesses develop better for themselves at the same time as being a financial consultant, and that has me helping them know and gain my trust already in the past. And so now, even though I've only been in the industry for not that many years, but I get a lot of business from referrals and repeat customers. And clients send me, hey, my mom's looking for a house now, or my sister's moving to the area now. I want you to use her to use you, whatever it is. So I mean, and right now I'm even in the middle of a third transaction for one client. Helped him buy a house here, and then they sold that, and now they're in the process of they bought something else, and now they're in the process of selling that. So is that 3, 4, something like that?
Wow, that's brilliant. That really does speak volumes about you, Claudelle, that someone's going to work with you more than once, that you have repeat customers. I've bought and sold several pieces of real estate in my life. I've never once used the same person, nor have I wanted to. So, it's a wonderful thing to see that. Repeat customers in the real business is just kind of unheard of.
Yeah, I do a lot of follow-up. I mean, just keeping track with them, watching their kids grow. That's part of, for the young families, that's part of the fun of it. Like, oh my God, they're getting so, man, you were pregnant with that one before, before we even started looking for a house. Now you have a house, you have both of them, and now you have a third. Oh my gosh, your family's growing, and it's just fun because I'm part of their life. I was a part of their life. I keep that touch, soft touch, just once in a while. Facebook is important in the sense of you can see what's happening. And I hate to say that social media is not part of my life, but and I'm not a stalker per se on their sites, but it's because I see their posts and know what's happening. And then I have a weekly, I guess it's about a weekly newsletter that I send out with just home information about like, hey, here's how to change that spigot if it's leaking. Just general casual things like here's what could be happening, how do you pick a mortgage person, how do you pick a title company, things of that nature too, as well as intermixed with home issues that you could have, like before your winter, like, hey, remember to cover those winter spigots because they might freeze. We don't want that to happen. Well, that's stuff like that. Spring cleaning, where do you start? Do you start with this or do you start with that?
That's
great. So just to kind of casually keep them in top of mind with them as well and give them good information.
Nice.
So it's
helpful tips so they can be happy homeowners.
Exactly. And that's part of it.
Wow.
It's amazing. There is a lot of pieces to juggle when you're a realtor. Yeah. I mean, once you start into a transaction, the clients are dealing with title people, with escrow officers. Are like, well, it's that difference. It's a title company and it's an escrow officer within the company. Explaining the different things. I look at it as a puzzle, and everybody has to fit a certain way and to get that puzzle to be completed.
Absolutely.
And that's where I love the challenge and also the fun of it.
That's great.
Every one of them is different.
That's great. I can definitely see that. We're talking with Claudia Johnson. She's a realtor at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Arizona Properties. They're located at the Sedona branch is at the Hillside shops right there on Highway 179 in Sedona. Go to ClaudelleJohnson.bhhsaz.com. We'll be right back, so don't go away.
Turning your real estate dreams and goals into reality, I'm Claudia Johnson with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services. For more than 7 years, I've helped both real estate buyers and sellers put me and my team's extensive knowledge of the Sedona and Verde Valley area to work for you. Come see a 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom, beautiful home sitting on 1.61 acres with gourmet kitchen, RV parking, and fabulous views at 595 East Desert Fox Lane in Cottonwood. We turn your real estate goals into reality. Claudia Johnson at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services of Arizona.
Paul Stanley here with Stanley Steel Structures. We offer shade structures that provide style, value, and performance. Our Equinox louvered roof opens and closes to give you the ultimate patio experience. We also offer Alumawood shade covers that looks like wood but lasts like steel and never needs painting or maintenance. Visit us at StanleySteelStructures.com. Contact us today and be covered tomorrow. Stanley Steel Structures. Let us add some space to your place.
Northern Arizona Mortgage Corporation is your local choice for personalized home loans, and they've been doing it since 1986. They help home buyers obtain FHA, VA, USDA guaranteed rural housing, and conventional loans. From start to finish, they offer a safe in-person application process with licensed loan originators. Contact Shelley White Collier at northernArizonaMortgage.com or call 634-4251. Visit their office, located at 707 East Mingus, Suite 601, Cottonwood.
Fabulous views and unmatched quality with efficiency in mind. Just announced, C&B Construction is the only contractor ever to win the EPA's coveted Indoor Air Plus Leaders Award 4 years in a row. These Energy Star certified homes provide unparalleled energy efficiency, comfort, durability, and indoor air quality. C&B Construction is currently building at Gray Fox Ridge and Crossroads at Mingus. C&B Construction, locally respected and nationally recognized.
And welcome back to A Perfect Home. We're talking with Claudia Johnson. She's a realtor at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services of Arizona Properties. Now, we've talked about all kinds of things. We've given you lots of information. We've talked about the offices that are in Sedona at the Hillside shops there on 179. Now, the market is always crazy. It's going up, it's going down, it's left, it's right, it's booming. There's no inventory. There's a lot, so there's a lot to keep tabs on, which we've discovered that you're excellent at. Wonderful about the paperwork, helping people find their dream home. There are a lot of companies out there. There are a lot of realtors out there. What is it that makes you stand alone and shine for all these 5-star reviews that I've got on this table here?
I just try and be honest with people and show them in my integrity through the whole process. I live and work in the same neighborhoods that they live and work in. Maybe not in Sedona, I do live in Cottonwood, but I'm going to see them still at the grocery store, and I want them to be able to say, hey, that's my realtor, woohoo, you helped us, we love the house, even a year later, oh my gosh, we redid that one bedroom that we didn't really quite know what to do with, and now you gave us some ideas, and now we're doing that. Just being a part of their community and environment, and really giving back to them. Really, I feel it's my duty, in a way, to help you go through a successful transaction from start to finish. If it's not this one, let's cancel it, let's move on. There's something for everyone, and why not make it as easy as possible for them? That's why I figure my job is here to make sure the pieces fit in the right way so that they can have what they want without the stress of having a complicated transaction. I try and work with everyone along the path to make it as smooth as possible and as easy as transition for them. That's part of it. And really tell them up front, and that's a lot of it, is telling them up front, here's what it's going to take to get through this. Are you willing to do that? It's going to be multiple steps and multiple paperwork and a lot of this and a lot of that. Are you ready? Oh. There's some that go, oh, we're not quite ready. We may need 6 months. We may need a year. I mean, I've had clients I'm working for a couple years already because they're not quite to that point. Maybe they're wanting to get their credit just a little bit more higher so their interest rate for their loan will be better.
Certainly.
I mean, so it's a matter of keeping in touch, saying, hey, how are you doing? Where are you at? Let's re-examine everything.
Sure.
It is really fun, though. I mean, there's nothing that you can say or do to not make me want to do this. This is like playtime, but get paid for it, but it's a lot of work. But I don't feel like I'm working. I feel like I'm making a difference in people's lives to get them into the homes or to sell their homes and move them on to their next adventure. I mean, life is an adventure, and that's how we have to live it day to day. Here's where we're at. Where do you want to go? So
that's awesome, Claudelle.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for sitting with us today. Really appreciate it. Go to ClaudelleJohnson.BHHSAZ.com. Check her out. She's awesome. I know you know that now. That's all the time we have for A Perfect Home, so we'll see you next time.